It is time to go inside out as SNY NBA insider Ian Begley joins us from Madison Square Garden. And Ian, we just heard from Jalen Brunson on that no call at the end of the basket that gave the Knicks the lead. There seemed to be plenty of contact on that hoop as the Knicks took the lead with 4 seconds left. What was the reaction in the locker room to that non-call?
Yeah, Josh Hart was also kind of bewildered. I don't think he wanted to go anywhere where he might get a fine. I think he was being careful with his words, but he said, hey, let's see what happens in the 2-minute report tomorrow. Let's see what the league says. And he just seemed kind of baffled by the no call there. Tom Thibodeau as well, just telling reporters to write what they see and seemingly wanting to avoid a fine there from the league by being overly critical of the refs. But it seemed like everybody with the Knicks uniform felt that there was contact there, and Brunson should have had a free throw. Worth pointing out, though, Knicks going 3 of 7 from the line in the final 4 minutes, so that impacted the game as well.
Yeah, definitely. They were not good from the charity stripe in this one. All right, the Knicks took a 12-point lead with 2:54 to play in the third, but that lead was gone quickly in the fourth. This team has been very good at protecting leads this season. But, Ian, what went wrong in the fourth against OKC on Sunday?
You talked to Isaiah Hartenstein afterward, and he talked about just maybe needing to help more defensively and letting OKC kind of get going in that regard. But in a general sense, you know, this team has struggled offensively with Jalen Brunson on the bench. This was another case of that tonight. Tom Thibodeau asked about it afterward, basically said, hey, Jalen Brunson has to rest at some point. We can't have him on the floor all 48 minutes. You try to steal some time with him on the bench, and you hope that, you know, guys can do their best. But in a big picture sense here, I mean, Alec Burks, Bojan Bogdanovic, Knicks have not gotten what they thought they would get from these two off the bench in terms of scoring production. I think that's what you're seeing with this team past few weeks with Jalen Brunson on the bench and leads being coughed up. They need more from those bench scores.
Doesn't help to have 3 starters on the bench in civilian clothes out with injuries. OG Anunoby not playing for the 7th straight game. There are only 8 games left in the regular season. So, Ian, what are the chances we don't see Anunoby until the playoffs?
I still think at some point, you know, these guys will be back. You talk about Anunoby and Julius Randle. It is a bit bizarre that Randle has not been cleared for contact yet. And Anunoby, Tom Thibodeau said before the game that he hadn't taken any contact in practice yet. So that's another hurdle for Anunoby to deal with. But big picture sense, even if you get both of these guys back, what kind of shape are they going to be in the postseason? How susceptible are they going to be to re-injury? For Randle, it's the shoulder. For Anunoby, it's the elbow. So clearly they'll be compromised. But I do think you will see both of them back at some point before the end of the regular season. And the Knicks should have a week between the regular season and the start of the postseason. So surely that week off will help these guys as well.
Definitely in a perfect world, they get some games in before the regular season ends as the Knicks head to Miami now to get reacquainted with the Heat on Tuesday. Ian Begley, thanks for joining us here on Honda Sports Night.